Is the Amex Hilton Aspire card still worth it in 2025? Let's take an objective look at the card and see if the main benefits outweigh the cost of that whopping $550 annual fee. Let's go over the value that you get from the sign-up bonus, the main benefits, the point multipliers, and at the very end, let's outweigh the cost and see if it outweighs $550. Round 1, the sign-up bonus. Now, Amex is pushing this card pretty hard. You get 175,000 Hilton Honors points after you spend $6,000 in your first 6 months of having the card. While 175,000 points seems like a ton, these are Hilton Honors points and they're generally worth about 0.5 cents per point, meaning 175,000 points would give you anywhere from $875 in value. And honestly, $875 is a pretty good sign-up bonus. You can get a lot of value from that. You could potentially even book a whole vacation with that. Now this means just by hitting the sign-up bonus, you're gonna net positive $325 in your first year of having the card, which is a really nice perk to have. Now this begs the question, how do you absolutely maximize your Hilton Honors points? Well, to answer that question, we need to look at the benefits of the card. See, the Hilton Aspire card comes with diamond status, which comes with also gold status and silver status and all the statuses below. And basically with diamond status or with gold status, you get the 5th night free when you book with points, thus lowering the cost per night whenever you book through points. Now, in my opinion, the best redemption rates are going to be in Asia because the service in Asia is just amazing. And what's important about Asia is that you're more likely to get upgraded to the suites. For example, here's the Hilton Garden Inn in Kyoto. It's going to cost you 40,000 points per night. So for 5 nights, that would generally cost you 200,000 points. But because we get that 5th night free, it'll only cost you 160,000 points rather than 200,000 points. And since the Hilton Aspire card comes with a 175,000 sign-up bonus, you can pay for 5 nights for free on the house just from signing up for the card. Now, generally, a night at this hotel is going to cost you anywhere from $155, and on the high end in peak season, it's going to cost you $190. This gives you a value of $755 on the low end and the value of $955 on the high end. Now, by using the equation cost of travel in dollars over the cost of travel in points times 100, we can see that in this situation, it would be 0.48 cents per point to 0.59 cents per point, which is a great value for Hilton points. But since the Hilton Aspire card comes with diamond status, and if you book in Asia, you're very likely to get that 1-room suite upgrade, which is going to be a lot more expensive per night. So if you manage to get a suite in this same hotel with diamond status, that would give you a value of $431 per night rather than $190 per night. 5 nights thus equals $2,155, and for only 160,000 points, we can use that same equation as before, and now you can get 1.35 cents per point rather than a measly 0.48 cents to 0.59 cents per point. So this is why if you really want to maximize your Hilton Honors points, I'd say go to Japan or go to Thailand or go somewhere in like Hong Kong or something, and they're much more likely to give you this upgrade, and you can really maximize your Hilton Honors points and get way more than just 0.5 cents per point. I've done a lot of research. I've seen a lot of data points on like Reddit, on TikTok, just people sharing their experiences with Hilton hotels and diamond status. And they always, or like most of the time, get that suite upgrade, and they even show the room, which is really nice. So I'm going to be going to Japan this year, and I'm going to report to you guys if I get that suite upgrade as well. And even if you don't get the upgrade, it still is 0.5 cents per point, which is still great. I mean, that means you still get that $875 in value from the sign-up bonus. But if you get lucky, who knows, you might even be able to get $2,000 in value just from the sign-up bonus. And that just makes the car right off the bat worth it. So to sum it up, if you want to maximize your sign-up bonus, 1, go to Asia because you're most likely going to get that suite upgrade. 2, make sure to try to book a 5-night stay with those sign-up bonus points because that 5th night is going to be free, thus lowering the cost per night in points. Round 2, the main benefits. Now the main benefits are really what make this card shine and what makes it so popular, but let's see if the main benefits can beat that $550 annual fee. Now the biggest benefit here is going to be that free night certificate. It's going to be really good because they're really lenient. Now you get one right off the bat just for having the card, but you can get a second one if you spend 30,000 points, $30,000 on your card, and you can get a third one if you spend an additional $30,000 on your card. So basically when you spend 60,000 on your card, you get 2 additional free nights. Now, like I said, these certificates are very powerful because they're just like not capped at like a certain price point. For example, like Hyatt, their free night only goes up to like a category 4 hotel. So basically just like a mid-tier hotel, but these hotels can literally go for like really, really nice resorts. And I just got off the phone with a representative and she confirmed with me the types of bookings that I can get with it. Now, if you read the terms and conditions on the website, you can see that the certificate can be redeemed for one standard booking and excluding the properties on this page right here. Now, this is great because Waldorfs, Conrads, XLRs, and SLHs all count towards this free night certificate, and those are generally like the high-end hotels that Hilton has. For example, let's look into Japan because I feel like everyone's just traveling to Japan right now. You could book the Roku XLR with this free night certificate. That's generally going to cost you $1,631 per night. It's a Japanese onsen hotel, meaning you get your own private onsen in your room, which is just super luxurious. So if you want to know specifically which hotels work in this situation, well, usually it just says one standard room night when you look at the points booking when you go on the Hilton website, or you could just do what I did and you could literally just call that number that is on the app and they'll guide you through if this hotel falls under it, if this is okay, if it's not. And yeah, some properties weren't on the list, but some properties were, and I couldn't believe that they were because they're like $1,500 per night, and that falls under the free night certificate. That is so incredibly powerful. So yeah, if you can manage to get one of these really luxurious rooms by calling in, you can right off the bat with just one single benefit beat that $550 annual fee, which is insane. Now my tip here is don't just get a room just because it's luxurious and it will beat your annual fee. I think it would just not make any sense because you only get one night there. Get a room that is luxurious but also fits into your travel plans. For example, I'm going to Tokyo, so I want one night there where I could just kind of be luxurious. Well, I'm probably gonna get more luxury nights with points, but you know, it aligns with my travel plans. So if it doesn't align with it and you just want it for the value of it, I don't think it's going to be worth it. Now, the downside to this free night certificate is that you need to get this email first, and then you can book it. You have to wait for like 8 weeks for this email or something, and you can't book it online. You have to actually call in to book it, which kind of sucks. But I think the benefit of that is that sometimes you might get a lenient representative, and they'll just be like, you know what, man, I'll just allow you to get that one, like, with your free night certificate. You also get complimentary diamond status, which we talked about before, but I think this aligns even more with that free night certificate because you have a chance of getting a room suite upgrade. Now with diamond status, if your hotel has an executive lounge, you also get access to that lounge, and you get 100% base points on any hotel booking that you pay with cash. Plus, on top of all those benefits, you get gold and silver membership benefits, meaning you get that 5th night free with the gold membership. You also can potentially get a free breakfast buffet if you're out in Japan, and it's not really written down anywhere, but you can actually call in and get a 4 p.m. late checkout. Now, like I mentioned before, you're most likely not gonna get these upgrades here in the States, but I will say in Asia, you definitely will. And one more place, I guess, in the States would be Vegas. See, I just got the card, so I haven't really tested this out yet, but I booked the Resorts World through the Final Hotels and Resorts program, and I always get they're actually very lenient with the suite upgrades with any like hotel status or benefits. And yeah, I think I've gotten the entertainment suite twice from the Final Hotels and Resorts program, so I'm pretty sure I can get it with the diamond status. I'm going in 1 week, so I will let you know if I get that suite upgrade or not. And I know a lot of people bag on this benefit saying like, if everyone has status, then no one has status, but in Asia, no one really does have status. So your diamond status is true diamond out in Asia, and sometimes in Vegas as well. You also get a $400 Hilton resort credit, keyword on resort, and it's split up into two because of course it is. $200 biannually. From January to June, you get $200, and from July to December, you get another $200 in resorts credits. Now, they actually came out with a definitive list of all the resorts that will trigger this credit, so I will make sure to put that link in the description below. Now, I read a lot about maximizing this card, and a lot of people say that you can actually use that $200 resort credit for the actual purchase of the hotel room. See, the credit triggers anytime a charge is added to your folio, and if you just simply put the hotel charge into your folio and you pay in person at the resort, it will trigger that $200 credit. Now, for me personally, I'm actually going to be using this as intended because I'm going to resort in Hawaii in like a month from now, and I'm going to get a couples massage at the Hilton Resort. And this is really nice if you're intending to use the facilities at like the resort you're staying at, because that's $200 extra. Like that's $200 off a couples massage, which is like perfect. You also get a random $200 flight credit that's going to give to you in $50 increments quarterly in true Amex fashion, which is pretty useful because you could just buy travel bank cash for $50 every month, and you can just stack it up. The longer you have this card, the more you can kind of stack that United Bank cash. And once you have like $400, $500 in that United Bank cash after like, let's say 3 years or so, you can actually book a nice flight with that. So I'm gonna say that this $200 flight credit is pretty worth it. You also get a $199 Clear Plus credit, which is, it's cool. It's kind of whatever. I mean, it's useful sometimes, but there's a lot of times where Clear isn't that useful in my opinion. But yeah, it just basically allows you to skip the TSA line and the TSA pre-check line if the lines are really long. Now, the only bad or useless credit here will be the on-property credit because one, you have to book a 2-night stay with cash for the Conrad or the Waldorf Astoria, and you have to use a special link where the prices are basically inflated, meaning you're just going to be paying $100 anyway, most likely. And who knows, maybe the inflated price is even more than $100 compared to what you could find on, let's say, Google. So you might just be paying like extra with this credit, which is why it's kind of like useless. And yeah, you can't use points to book that 2-night stay or else this won't trigger. You have to use a cash booking to get this, which makes it suck. You also get Emerald Executive Status with National Car Rentals. This just gives you priority check-in, upgrades to your cars if you're in Europe, and I believe it's like faster checkout times or something like that. You also get certain travel protections like baggage insurance, car rental insurance, extended warranty, and purchase protection. But I will say that the car rental insurance is secondary, it's not primary. Amex has bad car rental insurance. Secondary car rental insurance is basically nothing. So overall, the main benefits are bangers. They're definitely going to give you way more value than $550. I'd say possibly even 3 times that if you can really manage to utilize that free night certificate and just get a ton of value. If you could book a luxury stay with that free night certificate, you're already in the positive, which is why so many people get this card. I think the main strategy I think people say about this card is try to get as many of these cards as possible to fuel your vacations. And the way to get multiple of these cards is you get a Hilton Surpass card, and then you upgrade that to the Hilton Aspire card, and now you would have 2 existing Hilton Aspire cards. And yeah, if you have a partner, you can actually have him or her get a Aspire card as well, and you can just get as many as you can. Then you can get like multiple of those free night certificates, which is just going to be super nice. Round 3, the point multipliers. The Hilton Aspire card comes with 14 times points on hotels and resorts booked through the Hilton website, 7 times points on flights booked directly with airlines or through the Amex portal, 7 times points on dining, and 3 times points for everything else. Now, while these values might seem really high, keep in mind that these are Hilton honors points that you're earning, and they usually tend to have value of 0.5 cents per point. That's half a cent per point, meaning all those point multipliers, if you put a dollar value to them, you can just gotta basically slash it in half. Now that 0.5 cents per point, in my opinion, is without that 5th night free or a complimentary diamond status upgrade. So if you do manage to get that 5th night free and a diamond status upgrade, I think you can get a lot more value than 0.5 cents per point. So maybe Hilton honors points are a little bit more value than just half a cent. I mean, just in that last example before in the beginning of this video, I managed to get 1.35 cents per point because I got that sweet upgrade in that Hilton example. Overall, the points are just kind of whatever. You really get this card for the main benefits. So is this card worth that whopping $550 annual fee? I would say 100% yes. This card is a no-brainer if you love to travel, and especially if you like really luxurious hotels. And Hilton is such a huge company. They're like literally everywhere in the world, and they have some really, really nice resorts. So if you're a huge Hilton fan, this is going to be a no-brainer card for you. I literally just got the card, so I don't know if I have a referral link, but if I do, I'll make sure to put that referral link down in the top comment of this video. I hope it's at 175,000. If it is, I'll definitely put it down in the video description for you. Something I would definitely like to know for existing Aspire card owners is, how did you utilize that free night reward and how much value did you get? Leave your answer down in the comments below. As soon as I get that email with that code, man, I'm gonna call that number right away, and I'm gonna book a very luxurious stay in Kyoto or Tokyo, and I will report it to you guys on the process of how that happened. I'll soon be making a video on how to absolutely maximize this card, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Ooh.